So the first question is a multiple choice question. Why does smelting require high temperatures? Option A, to burn the metal. The method does not burn as a result of the high temperatures. C, to shine the metal. High temperatures are required for chemical processes, not physical processes. Luster is a physical process, a physical property, so it is not used, high temperatures are not used for that. To melt the metal. High temperatures will not melt the metal because it is still chemically bonded to the ore. Remember I told you how the metal is chemically bonded to other metals in the ore, so when it's intact, it doesn't melt. To break chemical bonds. Chemical bonds need to be broken to release the metal from the ore. So the answer is B, it is to break chemical bonds. Now moving on to question 2. It says, suggest reasons why iron is the most extensively used metal. With these type of questions, it's very important to highlight the key verb. And here the key verb is suggest. The Board of Studies offers a list of verbs that you can follow up and define so you know how to answer a question that says suggest. With this question, it's asking for reasons why iron is used. So you will be focusing on the advantages of iron. Iron is a major constituent of steel. Steel is very widely used building material. So that means that iron is used to make this alloy steel, and it is widely used. So iron is extensively used metal. It is also because iron is the second most abundant metal on the Earth's crust. Because iron is found very easily, it is used more. We'll go to section B now. Section B asks, suggest reasons why iron is rarely used in its pure form. Now we're focusing on the disadvantages of iron. The main disadvantage of iron is that it corrodes easily. So because it corrodes easily in the presence of air and moisture, it would form rust. And this is a disadvantage in terms of the uses of iron. So that's how you would go about answering question 2. Now we'll move on to question 3, which says, explain why copper, gold, and silver were used long before any other metal. Again, highlight the key word, that is explain. So key verb here would be explain, and we will be focusing on copper, gold, and silver and why they were better than other metals in the early days. Well, what's so unique about them is that they are found in elemental form. Because the question asks to explain, you need to give more detail, and that is why you would provide this, not chemically combined with other substances, and so can be used in the form in which they are found. And that is why they were used long before any other metal, because they were found in its pure form. Now we would move to question 4. Question 4 asks, explain why energy is needed to extract metal from their ores. Again, we would underline the key verb, which is explain. So we have to give a detailed answer, and we would be focusing on the energy needed. So energy is needed to physically break up the ore and separate mineral from the gangue. This means to crush the metal, to increase the surface area to effectively dissipate the heat. And the gangue is the waste products, so the products that are from the mineral that has no worth. It is also needed to bring about the chemical decomposition of the mineral so as to extract the metal. This is the keyword here, chemical decomposition, that is to break the chemical bonds. The chemical decomposition of a compound needs the input of energy to break the bonds holding the compound together, and these are chemical bonds. So it is important to break chemical bonds when you are extracting a metal, and that requires energy. Now question 5, it asks, explain why ancient people began to use bronze, which contains copper and tin instead of copper. Now again, highlight the key verb, explain. So you would have to give a detailed answer for why bronze is better than copper. So you would be focusing on the disadvantages of copper and the advantages of bronze. First, define what bronze is. Because bronze is an alloy of copper, you would say mixing a little tin into copper produces the alloy bronze. It was harder than copper and thus more useful for making weapons. So, harder is the reason why bronze is better than copper. Now, this is the end of the lesson. We talked about the historical uses of metals. Here we focus mainly on the Stone Age, the Copper Age, the Bronze Age, and the Iron Age, and how you would extract metals.